But I'm going to say, having a hard time figuring out which screws to use in this, the longer ones or the shorter ones. I'm going to say the shorter ones for these. I don't know whether the length number is wrong or whether the part number is wrong. So let's go ahead and put the shorter ones in. We'll just go from there. We may have to do some screw swapping later if something is too long or too short. Okay, so we put those two in. It's going to look like this. Now we're going to take this unit right here, which is the AX31011, and you can see on here there's little cups. There's, I'm trying to again see which way this one is going to go on, and by the photograph and the picture it's looking like it's going to go on with the cups in this direction, like so. And we will one more time use shorter screws here. It looks like there's plenty of meat on there to grab, so I don't think they're going to be too short. But we're in the blind here, so do as you wish. Okay, so there we have our little sub-assembly, and we're going to set that aside. Okay, let's now grab the two larger halves. You've got a lot of trimming to do. There's a lot of pieces and parts that are all on here. You have to cut them all off. Make sure that you properly shave off all of the tree spars here so you're not cutting your hand on them. I missed a few there. Okay, and it looks like this one here is the one that we're going to get started with for the top of the directions. This unit here has that we're going to use has a fire extinguisher on it. Sorry about that. So that's looks like the one that we're going to use in this portion of the directions. I guess we will start towards the front and work our way towards the back. So we're going to grab this unit here and trying to match this up with the photograph. It is going to go in this direction with these little nubs pointing up. There is no nubs on the bottom side, and it also looks like this little unit here kind of comes up and then goes down. So according to the directions, this is going to be in this position. Yay. Okay, so we are going to take this unit and it's going to go into the top. There's two little hole areas here. It's going to go into the top area. Then it matches up on the roll cage right here with another cup. So we're going to go ahead and put some screws in here to hold it together. It's kind of hard to juggle everything here. I'm going to use a longer screw. Once we get more pieces on here, it'll be easier to hold. Okay, we got that one in. Now we're going to line it up with this hole here. I set my clutch a lot lighter when we're working with these plastic to plastic. Actually, I think I set it a little bit too light. There we go. Now it's pulling stuff together but not over tightening. Okay, so we have that unit on here. Now let's grab this one right here, which is the 31011. You'll see that there's little grooves on there. Those little grooves are going to go towards the bottom. And this is going to set into this hole here. So actually these are square, so going to hold it into that position. We'll put a screw in. That's actually calling, I think, for the shorter screw. Okay, so that one's in. Now we are going to, what are we going to do? We're going to grab this unit here, and it sits on the top. You have these two little round nubs pointing out, which fit into here. You're going to place this with the light rack pointing towards this direction. That's going to snap in. And we'll put a few screws in there. And hold it into place. Okay, we're getting closer here. So that's what we have so far. It's getting a little too big for my camera booth here. Okay, now this bar is going to go in where? Where does this one go? It looks like, it's hard to say. Okay, it is going into the upper. So as we come around this corner here, looks like it's going into this one, and it looks like the nubs are facing in this direction. See how the nubs are on one side of the bar? And according to the directions, as I'm looking at it, I can see the nubs on the picture here, so those are going to face up and towards the front. I guess. I could be wrong. Time will tell. Okay, I'll put that in and rotate it up in the direction that I think it should go. And this is what we have so far. Alright, with that said, we are now going to attach the other half of the roll cage. I think we're going to again start at the front here and work our way back. Kind of seems to be the way that we're going to do this. And excuse me, but we are a little bit too big for the camera booth here, but hey, gotta go with what we got. So we'll go ahead and start screwing stuff together here. Start with that one. Move over to this one. Just all seems to be falling together here. Everything just lines up same way it did on the other side. Okay, a little muscle there to get that into place. You know what? I'm going to hold off on this one because I think we're still going to need a little bit of playroom there to get this sub-assembly in. And that's this unit. And it is going to go in, I believe, like this. It is. So we're going to start on the... Is that where that goes? What are we doing here? Does this go in this way? Take a look here. Yes, this goes in this way. There we go. These two will fit right in here. There we go. Had it backwards, but what can you say? That's me. Okay, and then this one is going to hook up here. And this one here. That one obviously is where a short screw goes. Too late now. See, I kind of pushed through there with a screw, but we don't have any short ones left. The directions were very, very unclear and wrong on what went where, but hey, we'll get it together here. Put these two rear ones in here. There's 1 and 2. We'll be right back. Actually, we'll finish up here. Okay, got a couple more screws. We're going to put 2 in here. And we're getting real close to having this cage put together for this step. Okay, looks like we got 2 more screws. We got 1 on the top here. Had to use a little muscle to torque it into shape. And then we got 1 going on here. And that is the end of this step. Would you look at that? That was a long one. We're spinning in circles here. Gonna have to hold on to that. Spin it back up into its proper position. There we go. Okay, so that is what we have. A completed step number 54.